Hi everyone. So we're back from Corinne's retreat and we're up to our second week of background, but for me it's going to be the first week of background because we were away last week. So I've been thinking about what I want to do, and I was really inspired by Corinne's Just Because quilt. So while I was up at Corinne's retreat, I got to have a look at her Just Because quilt in real life, and it's absolutely stunning, and I'd always thought I'd wanted to do that. So it was originally the Lulu quilt, and then Corinne did her version of it with the Stitch As You Go panels Just Because quilt. And then I'm also inspired by Karen from Railway Cottage as well, the way she puts her 9 blocks together when she makes her quilt. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I'm still not 100%. I've got a terrible cough and my throat gets weird. So channeling my probably 4 people. Pam Garrison, the original Lulu quilt that Mum started and then Rach has done. Corinne with her Just Because, and then Railway Cottage Studio Karen and her beautiful work. I'm going to do blocks as well. So it means that I don't have to determine my size straight away. I can just see how many blocks I get done. I could be really ambitious and try to do a quilt to fit my beds, queen size. But if I don't get there, it could be a throw or a lap quilt. So you've got all this in front of you because Corinne put feed sacks, grain sacks on the back of her Just Because quilt. Sorry. This kind of thing. And I do have a good collection of these, which I would love to use, but I don't want to do exactly the same. One day I might use these for a quilt. But what I'm going to do is I am a collector of vintage tablecloths and tea towels. So I thought what I might do on the back of mine is vintage tablecloths and tea towels. So I'm going to show you some of the ones I've got. I've got more than this. I've just pulled out some of them. So found a good one today for only $10. So what I would do is I wouldn't put the whole thing, but like I might have a section at a time. So this kind of thing. I'm just going to pop them to the side. So this is the one I did my other project on, but I would definitely use some of this as well because I've still got a good piece of that. This is an example of a beautiful tea towel that I've got, a linen tea towel. So you could cut up some linen tea towel. Now this kind of thing I love. Some of them I've got bits, like this is a bit. That was actually maybe either a table runner or a napkin, or it's been cut and it's been hemmed. But anyway, love that kind of graphic. And I've got a few that are similar to this. So this one is a full tablecloth. I'm pretty sure I got this quite a few years ago for about $10. Love that. A bit of fluff on it. So I think this is a handkerchief, but same kind of texture, so that will go in. Similar texture, part of a tablecloth. Okay, so I'd cut up bits and use that on the back. Again, a piece of tablecloth. Gee, they used to be pretty. This one's a thinner one, but again, it's a piece of tablecloth. There's a hole in that, but that's not going to, there's actually lots of holes in that, but that's not going to bother me. Now this one, I have already cut this because I have given a piece to someone, but this tablecloth is beautiful, and I'm pretty sure I have the exact same thing, but instead of green on the edge, I've got aqua on the edge. So I have to find that because that one's absolutely beautiful. I think this is a piece. Yep, that's just a piece. So all kind of retro vintagey types of tablecloths. This is a full tablecloth. Just, yeah, that's quite a big one, so I'll get bits out of that. This is a really, it's almost like a flannel texture, but really worn, this one, which is really cool. I can't even find the one I got today. I've put it somewhere. None of these were the ones from today. This was one I wasn't sure about. I got it on Marketplace and I wasn't sure about it, but I think cut up in pieces, it will be good. And then this one I've just got a piece. And that, I'll cut that there and use that bit. And then this one, again, is a different type of material, but good for cutting up. I've got a full tablecloth there. I don't even know where the one is I got today. Is it on the par? I put things next to me to show you. But I've been shifting things around today because we start teaching our courses tomorrow. And underneath, I've got one as well. It looks like that. So, what I've got is a piece of wadding. And I am going to do mine just like Corinne did with her Just Because quilt. Now, I've gone back and watched some of Corinne's videos today to refresh my memory about how she did it. My blocks are a bit bigger than hers, and they're square, and I have measured them at 24 inches square. So if I want it to be queen size, I'll end up doing 4 across and 4 down. I'll just do it as a square quilt. If I don't get that much done, because that would end up being 16 blocks, that's a lot. If I don't get that done, what I would do is 3 by 3, which would end up being 72 inches wide, which I think is okay for a throw quilt. So I'm just going to use scraps of wadding that will be similar. This is just the first one I've got, and I'll just be buying scraps here, there and everywhere to get all my different scraps. And what I'll do is I'm going to show you how I'll do the back with the tablecloths, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to the front side. So let's just start off with some of the tablecloths, and I'm going to get some of the pieces. I'm going to start by pinning them down to tablecloth rip. Let's see. Yes. Just screwing that off a little bit. That'll do. I might even, not just tablecloths, if I want to add in a few bits of retro fabric, that could do with an iron. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap it a little bit on the side, because that will overlap onto the next block. What I could do is I could undo the seams, or actually, look at that, it's so thin, I've just ripped across. Because I just think that seam might add some bulk. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to have to start cutting these up. I haven't, some of them are just, let me see if I've got some bits and pieces rather than digging into the, like this one's it's a bit. And what my plan is, oh, this one's hard to rip. Okay, there we go. Sorry if that sounds horrible on screen. Okay. It does pull the fabric a bit, so I might be better off cutting this one. And they're going to overlap anyway, so I'll probably cover up. No, it's going to really. I should get my rotary cutter out. I don't have it out at the moment, so let's just, I'm just sorry, I'm off camera. I just cut off the bottom edge, and let's just do a smaller bit. I am being like my sister and cutting wonky. We actually had a lot of laughs at Corinne's. It's funny how Rach is known for saying the word wonky all the time. And that she, you know, that's how she is. She tells me she's got crooked eyes. So she just wings it. She doesn't measure that much. So I'm kind of winging it. I'm channeling Rachel's wonkiness. Okay, I'm overlapping a little bit on the edges. Okay, let's get another piece. I think we need a bit of colour up here. This one I think will tear. Yep. And the edge tears off as well. Let's get this off. Just the one where it's folded over and stitched. Oh, I love that. I'm going to put it over here. That's covering the full length of my piece. Now I need to put something in there and then something down the bottom. Let's have a look. That's quite a thin one. Just going to overlap that a little bit. This other piece will get used later on. It's a funny fabric that. I don't know if that's full, proper cotton. Feels like this might be something polyester in there. Poly cotton maybe. I can pull all the threads off later. Yep, that one can go there. Now what I'll do, I'll just get my pins. So what Corinne did, I'm going to link her video so you can have a look. She just pinned it and then she tacked it down. I'm going to show you tacking. Make sure you do go and watch, if you're interested in this technique, this Quilt As You Go technique, go and watch Corinne's video. I mean, she's got a full series on this and she shows you how to do everything. It's well worth watching her. She's very, very good with her instructions. And I am getting this Quilt As You Go method from her. I mean, my sister kind of, have I just pinned it to the, no. Hang on, I'll do that again. I don't think I went all the way through. My sister, I'm pretty sure, Rach, did you do a Quilt As You Go? I think you might have as well. I'll have to go and rewatch your video on Lulu's quilt as well. And then it was interesting talking to Karen about her methods for how she makes her blocks and puts them together. She explained that to everyone at the retreat. We did quite a bit of show and tell, which was great. And Karen showed us her amazing quilts. We've actually got them on video, and Karen's explaining stuff for you guys. And she also explains it in her videos too. But Rach is going to put that one together soon. She's got bits and pieces to put together from the retreat. Okay. From the retreat and from visiting lovely, lovely, lovely Lisa from Eleanor and Ruby and Corinne's retreat and talking to Karen and stuff like that. So she's going to compile a video. She'll get to it soon at some stage. We're just busy because we've got our courses starting tomorrow. don't know if I can cut that. Yeah, I'm going to cut that little folded bit off. Wonky cutting. Doesn't matter, it'll all get stitched down. Okay, now let me pull you up a bit. This is just all pinned. Hopefully I haven't, no, good, I haven't pinned to the little tablecloth I've got underneath. I just need one more little strip down the bottom here. Let's have a look. That's something with some colour. Is that wide enough? That will just overlap. Nice rip, this one. I'm thinking, let's get that little seam off. And that's going to just go under there, and I want it under there too, with the yellow on top. That is not going to overlap because it's not long enough, but what I'll just do is I will oh, I should have cut that a bit longer. I'll overlap the from the other block onto this corner. So it will still work. Okay, so pin these down. If you have any bits of wadding showing later on, you can just add a bit of retro fabric, or you might chuck a doily on it. Like, let's say maybe I had some fabric there showing. I'm just going to move some stuff around. Let me find a doily. That's a big one. Let's find a smaller one. For example, you know, you could add something on. Okay. So, oh, by the way, my colours that I said I was going to do last week, I was wanting to do them, but now that I've had my idea with my retro tablecloths, I think I'm just going to go whatever colours. I don't think I'm going to be able to stick to a colour theme. All right, so tacking it down. I have threaded up a needle with a bright colour, so I'm going to be able to see where my tacking goes. I'm going to shift it over. Now, same technique that Corinne used. Thank you, Corinne, for teaching this one. So, what she did, and I hope I get this right. Actually, I think she started on this side. Gee, I love this one. This one's my favourite, and that. I need to find some more tablecloths like that. So I'm going to start right down in the corner. Just moving up here so you can see, and bring it up. And this tacking shouldn't take too long. And she basically comes up, does a little, puts a needle in, and then comes back a little bit like that. And then she does the same thing down here. So we're making almost like a chevron pattern. Okay, just lay this down so you can see. It's a very, very easy way of tacking, and we'll hold the fabric down so I can take the pins out. Okay. I want to make sure I go through the wadding. What kind of wadding is it? Look, I buy mine just offcuts at the sewing basket. But it feels to me like it's just a bamboo wadding, which is nice and soft and it's not too thick. And I will try to keep a similar wadding the whole time. But I think once it's sandwiched in between the layers, as long as it's a similar thickness, I think it will be fine if it's not perfectly exactly the same. I never thought to tack down. I normally just do jumbo stitches, like huge, just big running stitches, but this looks like it's a good method, so we'll do this one. Okay, and then I'm going, because you will pull this out later, I'm going to start up here near the edge. Just wait, you probably can't see, I've pulled that too tight. Just one sec. Okay, let's pull you over. So it came down to there, and then I'm just coming up to the edge here. Oh, well, I'm doing that the wrong way, aren't I? Let's try again. My tail needs to come through. I'm getting all in a mess. Just give me one sec. Sorry, complete mess. I went the wrong way, so I need to go... Oh, I've pulled this too tight. Let's loosen it up a bit. There we go. It's not going to get the right cross there, so just ignore it. I am just going to keep winging it because it does come out. I need to go like that to get the cross. It's because I'm stitching the wrong way around. Okay. Then bit of reverse stitching, bit unco. And then I'll just go into there. Flip it over. And I'll just do a little bit of a slip through a few times. Oh, no, it just came unthreaded. That will do. I'm going to leave it. It is going to come out. I don't want to waste my time on camera with you, so I can fix it up later. Okay, so I'll thread up again. I am going to turn off the camera. Thread up again. I'm going to baste all of this, and as I baste, pins can come out. Okay, so I'm going to jump off camera, continue stitching. I'm just using an old thread that my dog chewed. I'll come back and show you once it's all basted, and then I'll show you the other side. Okay, I'll be back soon. All right, so all my tablecloths for this block are basted down. It got easier as I went. I just flipped it around, did my chevrons a little bit closer, and I've given it a bit of a press to flatten it out a bit. So now we flip over to the other side and start playing around with what I want to do on this side. So on this side, I'm going to create a neutral base. Okay, so things like this. Now, Corinne had this same problem where she did have some cut work where bits are cut out, and she put fabric underneath. I'm probably going to face that same problem. I'll show you a few of the things I'm thinking about putting on. And a lot of them do have the cut out pieces. What I essentially could do, like these are really pretty, but there's holes in them. This is a good bit. It is a tablecloth. I'm going to cut that up so I can use it in different places. Pretty much everything I've pulled that I'm going to use has holes in it. So what I will do is I did buy a white sheet. It's quite a light one. I'm going to, it's down the car. I'm going to have to go get it. Have I left it in the car? Yeah, I have. I'll go down and get it. I'm going to put that underneath, and then I'm going to layer these on top. So I'll be back in a sec. So I've layered a whole bunch of neutrals. Let me just show you. Don't know if you can see the detail there, but that was part of that tablecloth, some of a table runner here, some kind of lace, like it was a table runner. I'll be able to use more bits of it on another piece. A beautiful matte stain on it. Stain's going to stay. I like the stains because they show you that they're old and they've got character. So this one is coming right off the edge, but what I'll do is that one will end up overlapping onto another block, as will this one as well, because I didn't cut these two. Okay, if I really hate the stains later on, when I am adding things like my doilies, I might decide to cover it up like that. Okay, so what I am planning on doing is, for all my blocks, the Quilt As You Go method, I'm going to cantha stitch the whole thing. I'm just deciding if I want to do it in like an old crochet thread. I might do it in a bit more of a lighter colour. That one's a bit dark, to blend in with that. Or do I just want to use like normal kind of thread? I'm going to have a little think about that. I'm not going to do any tonight. I'll work on that this week. So my goal will be to have this first block canthared by the end of the week. Cantha stitching, if anyone's new, is just running stitch. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I could go across all in the same direction, or I might cantha this one in this direction and then that one in that direction, that one in that direction. I'll decide later, once I decide what thread I'm using. So that is the plan. And then on the back, we have the beautiful tablecloths. And the colour will come out the front, on the front as well. So at the moment I've just got this side is basted and this side is just pinned for the moment. I need to give it an iron and then I will stitch away and I'll be able to start removing my my needles. Okay, so that's my plan. And as I said, I'll either be going 3x3, so 9 blocks, or I'll be going 4x4, 12 blocks. It really just depends on what I get done. All right, so thank you for watching this week, and I'll see you next week for prompt number 1. Okay, bye for now.